Hi, I'm Cassie with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate, and I'm here to tell you 7 reasons why you should buy a home. The first reason here is appreciation. If you look at this graph from utahrealestate.com, this is from single family homes in Davis County, Salt Lake County, and Weber County. And this comes from the last year. And if you look at this line right through, well, if you just look at these green bars, you can see that they're fairly consistent. They do kind of ebb and flow. Usually every fall, they ebb and flow a little bit. But if you look at this red line, it is sort of trending in an upwards fashion as we move along time wise. And so appreciation is the fact that your home value is going to increase. It's been holding steady since the COVID years. Um, but in general, historically, home values always increase here in Utah. And it looks like right now, let's looking at July, the median price per square foot was around $240. And if you go back to last July, that number was a little bit lower. So even just from last year, the value of a home in these counties has increased. And so that's the first reason why you should buy a home is the value of your home will increase. It's not as risky as, say, a stock market purchase because you just don't know. It could go up or it could go down. But historically with real estate, it always goes up most of the time. The second reason here is equity. So when you pay rent, you are never going to see that money ever again. It's just going into your landlord's pocket and you're never getting it back. Um, with with paying a mortgage, it is possible that you might see your mortgage payment again. That money that you're paying month over month, year over year, it lets you build equity ownership interest in your home. The next reason why you should buy a home is tax benefits. If you itemize deductions on your federal tax return, the U.S. tax code lets you deduct the interest you pay on your mortgage and your property taxes up to $10,000 according to current tax law, which actually they might be changing. I think they're talking about that in the legislature right now. So, some of the costs involved in buying a home can be written off for tax reasons. So, be sure to talk to your accountant to see if it's advantageous for you to itemize. The fourth reason why you should buy a home is savings. Savings, building equity in your home is a ready-made savings plan, and when you sell, you can generally exclude up to $250,000 or 500,000 if you're a married couple. So 250,000 can be excluded if you're single, 500,000 for married couples. And you won't have to owe any federal income tax when you sell. And you'll want to talk to the IRS or find out how to qualify for that exclusion. The next reason why you should buy a home is predictability. So, unlike rent, your fixed rate mortgage payments don't rise from year to year. So, as a percentage of your income, your housing costs may actually decline over time. However, keep in mind that property taxes and insurance costs may increase. So funny story for me, like I was a single mom. I had two young girls. They were like 8 years old and maybe 9 years old. I was renting a home here in Kaysville, Utah. And my landlord came to my house and told me that she was selling it and that I had to move. And so I had 2 months. Thankfully, she gave me 2 months. But that was kind of scary. It was very stressful. I didn't know where I was going to go. I ended up renting for one more year, but it was at that point when she told me I had to move that I was going to buy a house and that I wasn't going to be told that, I had to move by my landlord ever again. Predictability. So then, number six, the sixth reason why you should buy a home is freedom. Freedom. The home is yours. You can decorate it any way you want. You can choose the type of upgrades and the new amenities that appeal to your lifestyle. You can have pets. You can have a dog, you can have cats, you can paint that wall whatever color you want. You can put in a new light fixture. So you have the freedom to do what you want with your house, as long as it is within city code. And then finally, the last reason why, the seventh reason why you should buy a home is stability. Remaining in one neighborhood for several years allows you and your family time to build long lasting relationships within the community. It also offers children the benefit of educational and social continuity. I met a woman the other day who has been living in the same home in Washington Terrace for 27 years. She told me she grew up as an army brat and that she knew that when she had kids, she wasn't going to move around all the time. And I just thought that was so cool because my whole life, I have not lived in one place more than like 7 years. So, I think that's so cool to live in the same place for that long. It is good for it's the stability is so good for children and adults alike. So those are the top 7 reasons why you should buy a home: appreciation, equity, tax benefits, savings, predictability, freedom, and stability. If you have questions about buying a home, feel free to give me a call, 801 800 1148.